Cloud. We are brand new again, the Kat and Sheila Show here on New York Television. You're live.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kat Kanavos, and I'm here with our co-host of the show, Sheila Burgher, and we're back. We're back together again. We missed each other so much this past year. We decided we were going to do this show no matter what, and we were just going to talk about things that happen on a day-to-day basis, and about dreams, because that's what I'm doing, and artwork, which is what Sheila's doing. So welcome to the show, everybody, and it's so good to be back with you, Sheila.
I know, it is, and I hope that everyone who's listening to us and watching us, I hope this is going to be a 15-minute for you to just stop and take a deep breath, do a meditation with us, and just bring it all back. Let go of the rest of the world for just a little while and take some deep breaths and get ready for the next phase, because I know all the mommies and daddies have got the next phase. There's the homework and dinner phase. So welcome and thank you for joining us again. And Kat, it is good to be back with you again.
Oh, it's so good to be back with you. Should we actually do the meditation we used to do on our other show for all the people who are listening in right now? Okay, everybody. Sheila and I just want you to sit in a chair or get wherever you're comfortable, because you're going to close your eyes. So try not to stand up. It'll fall over. Sit down, kind of ground your feet. I have my shoes off so I can ground my feet. And I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to imagine that your spirit guide or guardian angel has given you some kind of a talisman, whether it's a flower or a necklace, anything that brings you joy and a feeling of health and wellness. I want you to take that and I want you to surround yourself in a mirrored protective light using that talisman as a wand. And inside that bubble of protection is healing golden light. I want you to take 3 deep breaths with us. Just breathe that light in so that any negativity or anything that is not of the highest and best for you will attach itself to that breath. And we're going to blow it out all the way across the room. Okay, so let's take our first breath in. In as deep as you can, breathe in. Hold it for a second, blow it out all the way across the room. Down as far as you can. Just empty your lungs right out. That diaphragm needs to collapse. Okay, breathe it in again. Second breath in. Hold it. Any little bits of negativity are attaching themselves, blow it out across the room. One more time. Deep breath in. Any negativity is attaching itself that we didn't get with the first 2. And this time when we blow it out, we're going to blow it into the purple flame of Saint Germain. Into the purple flame, where it's converted into positive energy and returned to the universe. We wish it so, and therefore it is.
That's lovely. Feels good to breathe.
It does.
This is a nice little break. I still got a little bit to do after our show, but this kind of gets me rejuvenated, so I can take on the next phases. Bright and cheery.
Our days tend to be so long, don't they?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And, saying that you meditate and breathe and actually sitting down and doing it is 2 different things. And really, it's important to really stop, even if you're in your office, in your home, if mommies go into the bathroom, just take a few long, deep breaths, because that oxygen is going to clear your mind and you'll be able to start over again. And also, I want to say that as you are taking these breaths, letting go of everything else. If you're at your desk, if you're in that bathroom, if you're in your room, wherever you are, that's the only thing that exists in this moment. You got to make it so that you can the vibrations out in the world are kind of wild right now. And it has a way of attaching itself to you whenever you get involved with the outside world. And in order to regain balance, because it can lower your vibration if it's in these severe days, okay? And with all the energies that's going around. And so for these few minutes while you're taking this breath, it is so important to let go of whatever is on your mind right now. That's your freedom for the moment. That's the way that breath is going to oxygenate your mind, your brain, and all the cells in your body, and then you can move on. And once you do move on, treat it like a brand new moment. Don't bring it back. Try to keep it a brand new moment, and choose wisely what you are feeding yourself. It's so important these days, and I'm hoping that our show here is going to give you an opportunity to just bring it all in, bring it back in.
Hopefully our shows are going to be food for thought. This is your opportunity to maybe change the way you're thinking. It's so easy to get back into those old habits, those old ways of thinking. I do it all the time. So what I'm doing now is I'm making a concerted effort to change my response to something that pushes my buttons.
Right.
Just kind of laugh at it. I mean, laughter is so healing, and it's so powerful. If there's something that just annoys you, that either the universe does, the world does, your best friend does, your spouse does, your child does, and your automatic knee-jerk response is to become angry or irritated, change your response, and it's going to change everything. Just laugh at it and walk away. Right. Deal with it later rather than reacting. Respond later.
Very good. Right. We need to lighten up a little.
We do.
Now, if other people out in the world have to be in that front line and really have to deal with those issues, I think it's the responsibility of us who do not have to deal with those issues to be the light for those who cannot. And that's how we're bringing about balance in the whole world. For those who have to deal with that, okay, well, that's what they've got to deal with. But some of us have the opportunities to have a little more peaceful lives. And it's okay to have a peaceful life. It's okay to choose a peaceful life. And that, as a whole, that's what we're trying to do, is raise the vibration of the whole planet. And I think when we take our responsibilities serious, I think that's what we're doing. We're achieving that balance.
I think you said a very important word there, Sheila, choose. We have so many choices and we think that we don't. Mm-hmm. You can choose to change your response. You can choose to have a life filled with light, no matter what's going on around you. That's your choice. We have so many choices. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, because I know a lot of people are, I speak to them, choose to only keep that around you, which gives you joy and is of the highest and best for you, and maybe drop a few other things. For instance, I'm like a prolific blogger. There's no other way to describe it. So I blog my shows and I blog dreams. And I came to the conclusion that I was blogging so much and writing so many articles that I was feeling a little overwhelmed. So I chose today not to do that. And instead, I focused on our show this evening and the shows I'm going to have later. And you know what? I feel so much better.
Absolutely. I did the same thing last year. I worked at getting my online store put together. Mm-hmm. And that is probably one of the things that I am most proud of. But I worked for months and months and months, 12, 14, 16 hours a day getting that. And I lost my balance. Yes. And once it got all done and up and running, I had to make some different choices. And I was in a motion forward, just going. And my messages from Spirit was, it's time for balance. It's time for joy and fun and play. And interesting how challenging that was to change gears after being in that motion for so long. And so I had to step away from the computer and get back outside. And here it is winter. I know it's not easy for everybody up here in the Northwest to get out in the weather, but it is important. And one of the things that I was told, because I live at the coast now, they said, get out in nature and allow it to do the work for you. Allow it to absorb all that negative energy or that lower vibration. Allow it to do the job. And because nature is intelligence. And so I have made more effort to get out. And I mean, if that just means going out in your backyard and stepping in the grass or in the snow, I mean, really, seriously, I think the ability to allow to let go and let nature do its work, it's an amazing thing. And I know anybody who's done it has probably come home from the beach or from the mountains or whatever and said, man, I feel better.
I agree. It's amazing how sometimes just going outside, like I'll just go out on my porch and I'll just sit there and it's quiet, and all of a sudden I start hearing the birds and bees and all that, and suddenly I just feel myself calming right down, because we are in a very fast-paced world, and right now with my book coming out April 17th, I feel like there's 24 hours is not enough in a day. It's just not enough time, but it is. There's always enough time to gear down, like you said, and go out and connect with nature. And when you come back in, you're so much more productive.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So we're down to our last 3 minutes. So Sheila, what is it that you have been doing? Have you been focusing on your artwork?
All right. Well, I got my store all up and going, and I would like for y'all to take a look. It's at hearttalkstv.com, and you can press on online store. And I don't mind looky-loos. Just go in there and take a look at all of my art that I have. The thing about my art is that it is encoded with energy that is of peace, that is of universal love, and I have put all that energy in my art. You can sit there and look at it, and if you breathe in to my art, you will be able to feel the peacefulness, the encoding that I've put in there. So have a look. I'm doing, I've changed my routine a little bit. I'm doing longer shows now. I did a mini documentary on Hurricane Maria, and I'm getting ready to do one, which I know you're going to love. It's of the forest people. You know how
I love that.
Yes, I'm going to do a mini doc going to be filmed from Illinois, so I'm really excited about that. And then I'm also getting ready to produce a show called The Radical Gardener, and with Kate Hart, and she's going to show us how to prepare foods for your pantry and your cellar. And so she's going to be documenting, I think our first show is going to be on canning goods. And so these are going to be helpful shows that for preppers or anybody who wants to store up your food in your pantry or in your cellar, or there's going to be all kinds of really important information about that. So I'm really excited. This year's going to be great. And then our show.
And then our show, yes, our wonderful show. That's going to be every Tuesday, same time at 4:00. And we're just going to talk to you about what's going on. We're not really going to be promoting much. We're just going to let you know what is going on. For instance, my book goes live April 17th. It's being distributed by Simon & Schuster. And it's all about dreams that can save your life. So the book is not about me. The book is all about you. It's got 32 stories in it of people whose dreams actually saved their lives, and they can prove it with pathology reports.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, so guys, we hope you come back and check in with us again next Tuesday for the Kat and Sheila Show. We're having a blast here with you, and we missed you guys, so we're back.
Absolutely. Very good to see you.
Good night, everybody. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Good night.